I started using a smartphone about 10 years ago when I was 27 years old. It was an iPhone 4S, and I was excited about switching to this much cooler phone. Little did I know how life would turn out to be because of it. Slowly but surely, I grew dependent on it. It was my protective shield when I was in public spaces alone, my source of entertainment when I had nothing better to do, my way of staying connected with others at all times, and a mean to share cool things about my life. I almost felt naked without it. It became something I turned to when feeling bored or sad without actually realizing that using it was making me feel much worse. And something that kept feeding my already crippling anxiety, insecurity, and depression. It took me years to fully realize what was happening to me. We're living in a fast-paced world where everything can happen at all times, and we have the entire world just one click or tap away. So the more we're online, the more we need to be. We get sucked into our phone screen without even noticing, while our brains are forced to work harder than they already do because of all of the information they have to process during the scrolling. We mature the fear that we are missing something important if we don't check our phone at all times. We feel the urge to immediately answer to emails, messages, and comments. We get thrilled when we see that we got yet another heart or thumbs up on social media, so we are pushed to post more and more so we can get that validation that we didn't even know we needed so desperately. We constantly share how good our life is because if we don't, then people might think that we're not interesting enough, good enough, or exciting enough. And what's worse is that we might think that in the first place about ourselves, that we're not good enough. All of this is overwhelming and mentally draining. Here are all of the side effects that abusing of your phone can cause, and all of the ones that I personally noticed. Worse quality of sleep and troubles falling asleep, brain fog and difficulties focusing, tiredness, low self-esteem due to constant comparison to others, anxiety, sadness, depression, and a sense of emptiness, less time to dedicate to more meaningful activities with consequent frustration and anxiety for the lack of time available, dry, tired eyes, and jealousy towards other people's successes. I personally deeply regret the time that I wasted on my phone through the years, because truth is, I'll never get that time back. But while it is true that we don't have the power to change the past, we surely have power and control over our actions right here, right now. We can decide how to spend our time and what to do with it. And we can most certainly decide to use our phone more mindfully. Here's how. Deactivate as many push notifications as possible. This will prevent you to check your phone every time it beeps or the screen lights up. When you're at home, leave your phone in another room for a while so you won't be tempted to pick it up as much. If you can't put it in another room, simply hide it and put it out of sight. Bring a book or a magazine wherever you go to avoid checking the phone during those empty moments, for example, during commute or when waiting for a doctor's appointment. Whenever grabbing your phone, try to ask yourself why. Is it boredom, sadness, or simply an automatism? Be aware of the reason you're doing it. When you're living a cool experience, simply live it and resist the automatic urge to pull out your phone. Try to focus on the experience instead of immediately grabbing your phone to record it. If you see the experience through a screen instead of through your own eyes, what would you remember of it if your phone breaks tomorrow and you have no backup? Live in the moment, because memories can last forever. Digital devices don't. Set timers so you can be aware of how long you're busy with your phone or a specific app. You will be surprised how much time your phone keeps you hooked without you even noticing it. This especially works for the mindless scrolling on social media. If you need your phone for work purposes, though, then plan accordingly. Schedule time for it and stick to your schedule, making breaks in between and using your phone less when you're done working. Unsubscribe, unfollow, and delete anything on your phone that affects you in any bad way. Don't feel bad about it. You have full control over who and what to follow and who to have contact with. If something bothers or upsets you, choose yourself first and do without it. Avoid using your phone at least for 1 hour after waking up and 1 hour before going to sleep. You'll have a much more mindful and much more quiet start and end of your day. Choose to do something more meaningful with your time, because time is precious, so use it wisely. And notice how good it feels. Those things that you always complain you have no time for can easily be squeezed into your daily schedule if you use your phone less. And finally, ditch that sense of guilt or fear and take a break. Taking a break from your phone is not selfish, but a necessity and an act of self-love. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please like it, share it, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.